Hello my dear friends, me Prabha Batwal here again to present something more about inheritance, that is molecular basis of inheritance. So let's start with the genetic material, whether it was DNA or not. So the genes control inheritance of traits, and those genes are located on chromosomes, and those chromosomes are chemically composed of DNA and proteins. So, most geneticists thought that the protein are large and complex molecule and they store more information. Hence, those protein they cause variation observed within the species. But over a certain period of time, all geneticists became convinced that the DNA was genetic material, not the protein, with the help of following three experiments. Experiment number 1 was Griffith experiment. Number 2 was Everett, McCarty and MacLeod experiment, and number 3 was Hershey and Chase experiment. So let's start with Griffith experiment. Griffith performed experiment on Streptococcus pneumoniae that caused pneumonia in humans and other mammals. He used mice for his experiment and two different type of strain of Streptococcus pneumoniae, that was S type and R type. S type strain was the virulent, smooth, pathogenic and encapsulated. So pathogenic, that was responsible to cause pneumonia in the mice. Second one was the R type. R type was non-virulent, rough and non-pathogenic and non-capsulated. So here is the presentation of the Griffith experiment. So he used 4 steps in his experiment. In step 1, he used rough strain. He injected rough strain, which was non-virulent, into a mice, and mice was survived. In step 2, he used smooth strain, which was virulent type. He injected that into a mice, and mice developed pneumonia and died. In step 3, he used heat-killed smooth strain, injected into mice, and mice was survived again. And in step 4, he used rough strain and heat-killed smooth type of strain, injected into the mice, and mice again developed pneumonia and died of it. So he concluded that there was some transformation of a virulent I type of strain into the virulent S type of strain by picking up the genetic material encoding the LPS capsule from the heat-killed S type. Thus, living strain R bacterium changed into deadly R S bacterium, that was called transforming principle. Then after Everett, McCarty and MacLeod experiment came into light, so it first evident that the DNA is a genetic material through his experiment. So they purified DNA, RNA, proteins and other materials from cell-free extract of S strain and mixed with heat-killed S strain and R cell. So they found that the transformation was the DNA which was transformed from the harmless strain to the deadly strain. Still, some biologists were not convinced with this experiment, so Hershey and Chase experiment came into light. So they worked basically with the bacteriophages. Bacteriophages are known as viruses that infect bacteria. So they used radioactive phosphorus 32P in the medium for some viruses and radioactive sulfur 35S for some other viruses. Then viruses grown in the presence of radioactive phosphorus containing radioactive DNA but not protein, as DNA contains phosphorus but not the protein, and vice versa. So only radioactive P was found in the cell, indicating that the genetic material was DNA. So here is the picturization of Hershey and Chase experiment. So let's see, in the first picture you can see that the red sulfur labeled protein capsule is present, bacteriophage is present, and in experiment number 2 where you will find that the green color phosphorus labeled DNA is present. So in 3 steps it was happened. So first step was infection. So those bacteriophages, they will infect the bacterial cell, then blending will happen, and then centrifugation happens. So in blending, the genetic material transfer from the bacteriophages to the bacterial cell, and in third step, that is centrifugation, that the cell will the genetic material will leave into the bacterial cell, and after centrifugation, in first experiment you will find no sulfur in the cell is present, but in second experiment you will find after centrifugation that the phosphorus is present in the cell. So phosphorus is a part of DNA. That means the transformation which was happened from harmless to the harmful strain was DNA only. So that is how it was proved that the genetic material was DNA only. Then how this DNA is packed into a cell. So in prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, how this DNA is coiled and supercoiled and how it is packed into a cell, that is known as DNA packaging. So in prokaryotes, these cells are very small in size and they do not have well organized nucleus. It is without nuclear membrane and nucleolus, as we all know. So the nucleotide is a small, circular, highly folded, naked ring of DNA which is 1100 micron long, and it contains 4.6 million base pairs. So this is too much of amount of DNA is present. So that is how they are present in a loops which are coiled and supercoiled are formed, and with the help of RNA connector, and coiling is assisted by the histone protein, some enzyme which is DNA gyrase and DNA topoisomerase 1, which is responsible, and they form a coil, and that is how those long or bigger size of DNA they can fit into small size of prokaryotic cells. Then packaging in eukaryotic cell, that shows well organized nucleus containing nuclear membrane, nucleolus and thread like material in the form of chromosomes. DNAs are associated with the histone and non-histone proteins. So histone proteins are rich in lysine and arginine residues and they carry positive charges. These histone organizes themselves to make a octamer, which is a unit of 8 molecules. The negatively charged helical DNA is wrapped around octamer and they form a structure known as nucleosomes. These nucleosomes are made up of 2 molecules of each of 4 types of histone proteins, that is H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. That is how they are 2 molecules of each and they are forming a octamer, which is a 8 molecular unit. An H1 protein is bind the DNA thread where it enters and leaves the nucleosomes. So about 146 base pair of long segments of DNA are present in the nucleosomes, and these nucleosomes are repeating unit of chromatins, which are thread-like stained bodies present on the nucleus that look like beads on the strings. So here is the structure of nucleosomes and how they are present into a cell. So there you can see in the first picture that the 8 octamer is present of H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 histone, and their outer covering is of histone H1, and in the next picture you can see that those histones are present in a cell on a, it's a chain like structure, and those chains having beads on the strings. So this is how they are compactly arranged and they are present into a eukaryotic cell. So today we have studied about the structure of the type of DNA, how it is proven that the genetic material is DNA, their packaging into eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. And in next video I will tell you about the DNA replication, some genetic codes and something about that. So I hope you would like and watch this video, and thank you for watching. Thank you.